What if I told you a quantum computing company just grew its revenue by 9,400% in 1 year? That's not a typo. Quantum Computing Inc., ticker QUBT, went from $39,000 in quarterly sales to $3.7 million, and they're sitting on $1.4 billion in cash. This is the story of how a tiny photonics firm is trying to become the next big thing in quantum. Quantum Computing Inc., or QCI, is not a household name like IonQ or D-Wave. But it's one of the few pure-play quantum stocks that's actually generating meaningful revenue. Most quantum companies are still pre-revenue, burning cash. QCI just posted its strongest quarter ever, and the market is starting to take notice. So what's driving this explosive growth? Two recent acquisitions, Luminar Semiconductor and NuCrypt. Luminar gives QCI photonic chip manufacturing capabilities. NuCrypt adds quantum cybersecurity and encryption technology. Together, they're building a vertically integrated quantum company, from hardware to software to security. The numbers are staggering. Q1 2026 revenue hit $3.7 million, up from just $39,000 in Q1 2025. That's a 9,400% year-over-year increase. The company also reported $1.4 billion in cash equivalents, and investments. That's a massive war chest for a company with a market cap around $2 billion. But let's be clear, QCI is still pre-profit. The company is spending heavily on R&D and acquisitions. The $1.4 billion cash position comes largely from a public offering earlier this year. Investors are betting that management can turn that cash into a working quantum business before competitors lock up the market. QCI focuses on photonic quantum computing, using light particles instead of superconducting qubits. This approach has advantages: it can operate at room temperature, doesn't need massive cryogenic coolers, and integrates more easily with existing fiber optic networks. That's a different bet than what IonQ or IBM are making. Their product lineup includes a quantum random number generator, a portable device that produces genuinely random numbers from quantum processes. They also offer quantum authentication systems that use entanglement to secure communications. These are commercial products, not just lab experiments. The broader quantum computing market is heating up. In June 2026, the White House issued executive orders designating quantum computing, sensing, networking, and cybersecurity as national priorities. That policy tailwind is driving both government contracts and private investment into the sector. IonQ, the sector's fundamental leader, reported Q2 2026 revenue of $80 million, up 287% year-over-year. They raised full-year guidance to $280 to $290 million. But IonQ trades at a much higher valuation. QCI is the underdog with a different technology stack and a much smaller revenue base. QCI's stock has been volatile. It's down about 15% year-to-date as of mid-August, though it rebounded 32% in the last month. Analyst targets suggest 81% upside from the $18.67 close on August 17. 9 analysts rated a buy or strong buy, with 0 sells. But there are risks. Quantum computing is still years away from mainstream commercial adoption. QCI's revenue, while growing fast, is tiny compared to its cash burn. The company needs to convert its acquisitions into actual product sales. And competition from tech giants like Google, IBM, and Amazon is intense. Amazon Web Services, for example, is investing heavily in quantum through its Breakit service. AWS revenue grew 28% year-over-year in Q1 2026, and its custom chip development is tracking triple-digit growth. Amazon has deep pockets and a long-term view on quantum. NVIDIA is also a player. Their fiscal 2026 revenue hit $215.9 billion, with 90% coming from data center AI. While NVIDIA doesn't build quantum computers directly, they provide simulation tools and classical compute that quantum systems need to interface with. KUBT's management believes photonics is the path to scalable quantum computing. They argue that light-based qubits are more stable and easier to network. The acquisitions of Luminar and NuCrypt give them in-house manufacturing and encryption expertise that most competitors lack. The company also has a partnership with the US government. Their quantum random number generators and authentication systems are being evaluated for secure communications. Government contracts could provide a stable revenue stream as the commercial market matures. But the quantum sector is crowded. According to MarketBeat, there are at least 7 publicly traded quantum computing stocks to watch in August 2026: IonQ, D-Wave, Quantinuum, Rigetti, and others. QCI is one of the smaller names, but it's also one of the most aggressive in terms of growth strategy. One unique angle: KUBT's quantum random number generator is already a commercial product. It's used for cryptography and secure communications. That's a tangible revenue source that doesn't require a full-scale quantum computer. It's a bridge technology that generates cash today. The big question: can QCI scale its revenue fast enough to justify its valuation? With $1.4 billion in cash, they have runway. But they need to show that the 9,400% revenue jump wasn't a one-time event from acquisitions. The next few quarters will be critical. QCI is scheduled to report Q2 2026 earnings on August 10th. That report will reveal whether the momentum is continuing. If revenue beats expectations again, the stock could see another leg up. If not, the volatility will continue. Quantum computing is one of the most exciting and risky sectors in tech. QCI represents a high-risk, high-reward bet on photonic quantum technology. Whether it succeeds or fails, the story is just beginning. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit subscribe and check out our video on the quantum race between IonQ and Google. Thanks for watching.